China. Believe me.
Skip it up and that up. So I genuinely feel like Kotaku, like this past 5 to 7 days, woke up and said, everyone there who worked there, I should say, they woke up and said, you know what? We need to get some more traffic to our website. What is a way that we can do it? Let's have some really bad takes, call out other journalists in the industry, take what they said about Far Cry 6 out of context, then defend China for only letting people under the age of 18 game for 3 hours a week, where they can only game 1 hour a day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and try to justify it. This is a thing. Like I said, I talked about this a few days ago. The Verge brought it up, and they're just 3 hours a week. China has referred to video games before. Their government has referred to video games before as spiritual opium. So this has been a thing, and video games were banned in China from 2000 to 2015. How can you say that people are being over the top when they call out China, Kotaku? Where have you been for the past 21 plus years? Well, anyway, I have the article below in the description from Kotaku. You can check it out. But this is written over at Kotaku by CC Jiang. I'm going to read a couple paragraphs from it. It's a long article, but if you want to check it out, I'll have the full article below in the description. Anyway, let's have some fun and give ourselves a headache. They're defending China's totalitarian take on anything. Why would you do that? Here we go. Starting September 1st, players under 18 years of age are restricted to 1 hour of gaming a day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in public holidays. I missed that before. The restrictions imposed on players don't come from a law. It's an industry regulation recently passed by the National Press and Publication Administration. Oh, that makes it better. As a parallel example, imagine that you're an American company that wants to dump radioactive waste into a lake. Every time I read this, it still makes me scratch my head. And the Environmental Protection Agency said you can't do that. Regulations are specific rather than broadly applied to a populace. But this is for anyone under the age of 18 in China. The NPPA is a government regulatory branch that oversees print, online, and broadcast media more broadly, but has a sole purview over digital games. How does China handle the media? It's not like, you know, it's not like they have a social credit system or anything where if people criticize the government, their lives get ruined. Oh, wait, they do. How do you have this take? How did anybody at Kotaku think this was a good idea to print and release this article on their website? But let me continue. Under the regulations, gaming companies are tasked with preventing minors from accessing their games during certain times. All but 3 hours a week and 1 hour per day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and to boot players after they run out of their allotted time. Jingtan Zhu, a publishing manager at Chinese gaming company, told Kotaku that Chinese games have previously been restricted to 1.5 hours on weekdays and 3 hours on weekends and holidays, which is still over the top. So the latest mandate is an extreme tightening of government regulations that have already existed since 2019. I know. We've talked about that before, and now they're worse. So they existed since 2019, so no one should complain about them? Are you really trying to give the Chinese government a pass when video games, like I said, were banned for 15 goddamn years straight? Why do these rules exist? While it might be tempting to generalize the Chinese government as inherently regulatory, it is! It's important to consider that the gaming landscape in China is very different than in North America and Europe. Daniel Ahmad of Nico Partners told Kotaku that around 92 to 95% of the games made in China are based on a free-to-play model. So while most Kotaku readers, no, this is not true, and every time I read this, I get angrier. So while most Kotaku readers might think of first-party titles or self-contained indie games as what video games are, most Chinese players will probably think of a free multiplayer online battle arena or MOBA game like Honor of Kings or a gacha game like Genshin Impact. So they should be regulated down to 1 hour a day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and holidays? 1 hour? Like, you're really defending this? This is the hill that you want to die on? Okay. One more paragraph, though, and I'll give you my take, which I already kind of did, but I'll drive it home. So it's pretty ridiculous to make broad statements about how the Chinese government, what level, which branch, any specific individuals, is necessarily anti-gaming. Shanghai has even been welcoming to foreign offices such as Ubisoft and Activision. Yeah, you're leaving out the part, like I said, where they banned gaming for 15 years, where a bunch of games, if they think anything questions the Chinese government, gets denied. You're conveniently leaving all of that out. If anything, this seems like Chinese propaganda to try to downplay what they're doing. Look, I am not saying that gaming addiction isn't real. People could get addicted to anything. I've talked about that before. But 1 hour? So it's weird to see a lot of takes that portray China as an anti-gaming country. This is the biggest esports market in the world, in the country with the most gamers. There's not a single Chinese interest when it comes to gaming, and the country's president isn't the one calling all the shots. How anyone could defend a country that has heavily censored media, that controls their citizens with an iron fist, that I've talked about things like the social credit system before, how they homogenize anything that comes out from the media about the government or on social media about the government, how they could there's gaming addiction, so people should only be allowed to play 1 hour a day of video games if they're under the age of 18. I guarantee you that the people that agree with this probably watch like 2 to 3 hours of television a day, or watch 2 to 3 hours of YouTube videos a day. Why do you want the government to step in and be the parents for the parents? Why don't you let the parents do their job? I am absolutely baffled by this take. It is an absolutely awful take, and Kotaku, you need to clean house. Either like you want to destroy yourselves and that's what you're looking to do, which congratulations you are, or if you think that these hot takes are good traffic for you, they're not. Because yes, most publicity is good publicity, but I don't stand by that all publicity is good publicity. Yes, this is getting you clicks, but people probably won't click again. This is absolute nonsense, and you're basically defending a totalitarian government by them strangling, metaphorically, their people into submission. And it's disgusting. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.